Hi everyone, I'm Olivia, the Southern Yankee Stitcher, and I'm here with an update on my stitching and my thrifting and antiquing. I did some of that. Today's Monday, March 31st, and I went back to work today after being off 2 weeks for spring break. So over spring break, I did a little thrifting and shopping, and I did some stitching and some ordering. So I have a little bit of everything to share with you today. And I'm not real organized. There's a real bad storm came through today right as I got off work. And I wasn't sure I was going to have good light today to do this video. So I didn't exactly prepare, but the storm is broke and the sun is out. I can see blue skies, so I'm going to go ahead and film while I can. Of course, I have a cat in my basket. Anyway, I can't remember the exact date of when I last recorded, but I have been working, let's see. I've pretty much been working on 3 pieces since the last video, and I will show those to you. I don't remember exactly where I was on this chart. I have some other things stuffed in here. On this one, blue skin. But I did, at the beginning of spring break, the first weekend, I went to a retreat. It was a nonstop stitching retreat. They had it in Duncan, South Carolina, which is near Spartanburg. Actually, it was in Reedville. You know, sometimes all those little towns kind of go together. You don't know what your address is when you're there exactly. But a couple of my stitching friends were sick and couldn't go. And so I was disappointed about that. But the good thing about that is that there were 2 chairs at our table that weren't taken. And so 2 new people sat there, and I got to know them. And they were sisters. Their names Michelle and Sarah. And so it was good getting to know new people. I did stitch on this a little bit while I was there, and I think I just did the basket and the berries in the basket. Here, there's the hind end of the horse, and I need to do the front end of the horse, and then George, and then the date and his initials, and I'll be done. The white. It shows up better in person than it is on camera. So I kind of want to pull this out. I've been working on another thing, and I'll show you in a minute, but I think might pull this out and work on it because I'd like to finish it up and get that fully finished along with the other one. Here's my calendar for March, and I did have some no stitch days here, and there were a couple there, but a couple. These here, I was just having thumb issues, so I just couldn't stitch. But I did pick up, well, let me back up to the retreat. One of my friends sitting at our table, Crystal Rowe, she used to do Flosstube. She hasn't done one in maybe a year. But I hope she starts back up. And if she does, you should watch her. She does a lot of neat things. And she made this little bag with the Scotty dog on it. So cute. So cute. She made me a bag a while back. A Halloween bag that she was like, it was a reject or something, she called it. Because she didn't think it was perfect enough. And it had an applique kitty cat on the front. I don't know if I ever showed you all that, but it was really cute. She makes some cute bags. While I was at the nonstop stitching retreat, it was the weekend after market. So she had market releases there, some that she had bought. And there were a few that I had purchased a couple of market releases, and I think I showed those to you. If not, I might have them here in these envelopes. But I didn't expect to buy any charts while I was there, but I did see one. This one's by Stitchin' Kitten Designs, and that's a store in Irmo, South Carolina. And I took a picture of this and sent it to my daughters, because you know how I talk about my orange cat, and he's so bad. We have plants in non-cat rooms. They're not allowed in there because this is the first thing he does when he sees a plant. He tries to eat it, you know, and it's probably poisonous. And anyway, I just showed it to him thinking it was funny. I wasn't really planning on buying it. See, look, he's being bad. And they both replied to my text and say, will you stitch that for me? I want a pillow. So I'll probably be stitching that twice and making them each a pillow. I also saw there was this new chart by Satsuma Streets. It's called Christmas Fawn. And I just thought it was so cute. And that I would stitch this for one of my granddaughters. And she had some other charts there too. She had this one, and I don't think these are new, but I'm not sure. Winter Break, little mouse inside an ornament there, which I thought would give to one of my other grandkids. And Sweater Weather, which is the snow monster. So I came home and showed these to my daughters. I always show them what I bought and everything. And my oldest daughter thought this one was adorable. And she was like, will you stitch that for me too? And I said, yeah, I can stitch it for you too. So I got right on it, since I know I'd have to stitch it twice. And I thought I'll stitch it first and last of all the ornaments. And so this is a start and a finish. I haven't fully finished it because I'm going to wait and do them all at one time. It's just so much easier if you have multiples to, you know, have your glue and your felt and your hangers or whatever all out at the same time. But I thought he was really cute. And these go so fast. It took me, let's see. It took me three days. Yeah. To stitch him up. So he's cute. Well, then I thought, well, hey, I'll just do a Satsuma ornament on perforated paper for each of my kids. And so there were certain ones that I wanted to get, but not all the stores had all of the ornaments. So I had to go to several sources to get all of them. And I'll have to make, I think 9 I figured up. So I got this one, Snow Angel. This one I've remember seeing this before and loved it. The Little Drummer Girl. Snow Buddy. Mitten Kitten. And Cool Kid. And I got that from the Stitchin' Kitten. Comes in this purple mailer, so whenever I see that, I know who it's coming from. It's good stuff in there, always. Then I ordered from Colorado Cross Stitcher, and she's the only one I could find that had this in stock, Puppy Presents. So I got that from Colorado Cross Stitcher. What else is in there? And they have it, they always wrap their things so pretty. They use this polka dot tissue paper to wrap all their stuff. And then, oh, this is more Colorado Cross Stitcher. I had ordered some market releases from her. I wasn't planning to get any of the market releases, but I was on the Colorado Cross Stitcher website. Guess who that was? And because I wanted to get Sally Spencer. There are two, I said she's already put out some of the Birds of a Feather unicorn patterns I had, but really my top 2 unicorn patterns were Coming to America, the Mayflower piece with a list of all the women on the Mayflower, and Sally Spencer. And she did she call it reimagined or whatever, these charts with the permission of Birds of a Feather. And I can't wait to stitch this. I love the colors in this so much, and I've always loved it. And I even looked at some of my other samplers and thought, how can I just use these colors on those samplers to make them look similar? Because these were going for, before Colorado Cross Stitchers started redoing these charts, this one was on eBay for like, I don't know, $200 or $300, something crazy that I was not willing to spend. So I got that. Well, while I was on her website, I did see some market releases. And there's one I saw, and I just immediately was like, I have to have that. I don't know why. It doesn't even look like something I would normally buy, but I love it. And I just want to stitch it. And it's a float by Twin Peak Primitives. I just thought that's so cool. The whale boat, whatever you want to call it. Then I also saw this one. This is from Lindy Stitches, and it's called Love Hopes All Things. Well, y'all know I bought this to do a burst sampler for my granddaughter that's due in May. But this seemed better for a burst sampler to me, for a little girl. And what I plan to do is probably eliminate everything below the words. Extend that box on down. And instead of putting Love Hopes All Things on there, I'll put her name, date of birth, time of birth, weight, all that stuff you put on the burst sampler. And I thought it would look kind of like a carousel, which I guess is what the look she's going for. I don't know. I don't know if she said it or not, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm excited about that. Okay. Let me move these things up. I'll do that. While I was at the retreat, I also bought some fabric, Atomic Ranch fabrics. I bought parchment in 32 count because I am doing I got the retreat in a box from Black Needle Society for Downton Abbey. And I have the whole box and chart and everything that I could show you, but they've asked us not to show those yet because maybe everybody didn't get theirs yet. And it's going to start in a couple weeks as an online retreat. So when we do that, I'll show you everything that came in the box. But you did need to get your own fabric and flosses. It came with the chart and a bunch of other extras, but you could pick your own fabric and floss in case you wanted a different count or type. You know, it's hard to do for everybody. Some are Ada stitchers, some are linen stitchers. So, all right, I told you I'm not really in order here. My next whip, and I worked on this, I think I worked on this at the retreat, Winter Rose Manor. Now I'm kind of thinking maybe I did not work on it. Well, I'm not sure where it was last time you saw it, but I'm just going to show it to you again. Winter Rose Manor. I know I did more on the house, and I don't know if it was before or after my last video. So, sorry I didn't iron. I'm just not going to iron it 10 times to show you all a little bit of stitching. It's just going to get messed up repeatedly. But I'm pretty sure I worked on that because, yeah, I did. Mister, you need to move. And this the next one, it was a whip go pull for March. And let's see what my other whip go pull was. March was, any Christmas ornament, and that was a little sweater weather snow monster I did. And then Lincoln's Eagle by Teresa Kogut was the second whip go pull. I started this back in October 2023. I wanted to stitch a little bit while I was out in Mount Vernon and a little bit while I was in Jamestown because I was taking a trip there at the time. And I ended up not doing that. I just didn't have time to like sit and do it while I was actually there for the tour. And the hotel, I couldn't get comfortable and stitch. I started a little bit, and what I did, I messed up on, so I had to restart. Matter of fact, there's my start with the wrong color. So then I restarted just a little bit below, and I don't think I'll have to pull it out. I think it'll frame okay without it. But he's trying to grab everything. Might have to get me in here in a minute. When I picked this up, I only had one wing in the blue right here. So in the last week, I've done his head and all of that, all the stripes below here, this wing, and everything below. So now all I have, if you see the chart, all I have left is to fill in blue and then this like burgundy color. So I am going to retreat this weekend. It's a Stitch and Kitten retreat at the lake. And I'm going to do fill in there because that's a great place to do some fill in. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Let me tell you, these wings, all this counting for all these, they were no joke. No joke. Once you got the gold in, you just have to fill in the white. The white was easy, but getting that gold in, that was something else. But I wanted to get that far, and some of the words I put in, I had to take them out, and some of the tail feathers, I put it in, I had to take them out. So I did a lot of frogging on that too, but I thought I'm just going to do it the best I can. There's still some places, I don't know what you all do, but I had stitched like all of the gold on the tail, and like I had stitched all this gold outline and all these little sections, little feathers. And one of them I went over 3. But the way I had done it and run like the trail I took, or the path I took, or whatever you call it, to stitch those feathers was so complicated, convoluted, that to rip it out would have been major. And I just decided, I just did a couple stitches that were only 1 over 1 instead of over 2. And nobody's probably going to notice it. I might forever notice it, but it's staying. I'm not going to redo it. That's just too much. So my April pulls for Whip Go are Elizabeth Young. I didn't bring that to show you. It's a sampler that I'm not crazy about. It has a lot of confetti stitching, and it has kind of peachy color flowers on it that I just don't love. But I've put in so many hours in it. It doesn't look like I have, but I've put a lot of hours in that thing. I'm just going to finish it. I'm just going to finish it. And then the other one, I have a choice of 2 charts, and they're both in the same bag. One's Battle Hymn of the Republic, and the other's Old Main Street. They're both patriotics and using the same fabrics. So that's what I will do in April for my Whip Go pulls. And I'll take those with me to retreat this weekend, and that one with the fill-in. And, try and find something that's kind of easy, filling in a house or something, because please go. Please go. Yeah, just try and fill in something easy at a retreat, because sometimes counting can be hard when you're by yourself and concentrating, but when you're having the conversation and, how it is at a retreat, you don't want to do anything too complicated. Okay, so I can't remember if I told you all the story about the hoarders. But if I have, I apologize. And I'm going to have to tell you again, because it kind of, if you don't know the story, then what I'm going to tell you next won't make a lot of sense. But there's an antique shop. I maybe told you this. Anyway, Reader's Digest version. There's an antique shop in the town where I work, and they've been closed for 5 years. Well, I don't know, maybe last fall, I saw that the door was open and the man was coming in and out. So I stopped after work and said, "Are your shop open? Is your shop open?" Because I hadn't seen it open, and they had a ton of stuff in there. I mean, a ton. And he said, "No." He said, "My wife's been sick. We haven't been open for 5 years, and we let our business license lapse. So we might just have like yard sale stuff out here on the sidewalk till we can get this, till we can reopen." I said, "Okay." So I looked. He didn't say. I didn't see anything from him then for a while. Well, then I saw a Facebook Marketplace post he put on there that they were going to be closing the business, selling out. So I messaged him on Facebook and said, "When will you be open?" Because that's like 20 to 25 minutes from my house. And I go there every day for work. I didn't want to go back on the weekend if I didn't have to. So I asked him, would he be open any weekdays? And he said, "Well, you tell me what day you want to come and I'll stay open for you because we're up here working." I said, "Okay." So I tell him and then go up there after work, and he's there and his wife is there, and she's sitting through a box going through every little piece of stuff that's in the box. Now, let me tell you, this is like a town it's in an old building. So it's like a row of buildings. So, they're long and narrow. And they had kind of sections and shelves all the way down, but you could only walk through the middle and barely walk through the middle. There was so much stuff piled in boxes and everything. Up on the wall, chairs were hanging or like on the shelf up on the wall, and a ton of stuff. Well, I picked out a couple things. Everything I picked out, I think one basket they were going to sell to me, but the other things I picked out, they're like, "Oh, they're not for sale." I'm like, well, so I just left finally. I was just like, "Okay, well, I'll come back when you're going to be open, and ready to sell." Because I felt like I was cherry picking their stuff so then they could take it, listed online or whatever. Because I was picking out the good stuff is what I was thinking. So anyway, I said, "I'm not going back up there." Well, I since found out that they have 2 homes. They're both packed full. They're hoarders. And they've turned their shop into another place to hoard their stuff. And I think his wife is the hoarder more than he is. So my oldest daughter, got her apartment, moved out, and she wanted a new dresser. But she wanted an old one that looked a certain way, that had legs, a dresser with legs, that didn't sit flat on the floor. And she saw one on Marketplace. She sent the picture, screenshot, sent it to me and says, "Is this that place that you went to?" And I said, "Yep, that's it." I said, "But if you want to go up there, if you want that dresser, we can still go get it." He's obviously selling the dresser. And so we went Saturday, and she got the dresser for $20. And it's an antique dresser. It's a nice dresser. It has like 2 big drawers and then 3 little drawers across the top. And 2 of the middle drawers are gone. He was going to turn it into a sink, put a basin sink in it. Anyway, whatever you call it, a vanity, I guess. But she said, "I'm just going to either put books in there or some baskets in those 2 spots." So we got it. We start looking around. He's like, "You want to look around?" I said, "Yeah." So they had cleaned. He said, I've taken truckloads out of here. And he didn't remember me, I don't think, from being there before. And it was still hard to walk through there. But we found some stuff, and I'm about to show you what we found. His wife wasn't there, so he was selling almost everything. I did pick up this bag that had a bunch of they weren't silver, they were stainless, but a bunch of little baby spoons. And he's like, "Oh, we're not selling these right now." I thought, okay, because they were marked $1, and he was selling for $1. Anyway, most things weren't marked. I made a pile and said, "Give me a price." And he gave me a good price. I got an old, if you think of like old time attorney in their desk chair, it's all oak, like slats in the back, oak arms, rolling chair. He had one of those, and it's in perfect condition. It's solid oak. The wheels roll, everything's good. It doesn't feel like you're going to fall out when you sit in it. And I said, how much for this chair? He said, $20. So I have a roll top desk that was my husband's, and he had just like a modern desk chair at it. But I don't really use that desk. It's just for display stuff. And that chair is going to look perfect with it. So I got the chair. And the other big thing I got, I'm going to show you here, was this shelf. And this shelf, oh, if you can see it. Can you see the bottom? Okay. I'm putting that shelf in my craft room. It's gonna hold a lot of stuff. I can put pretty stuff on there, and so that's where that's gonna go. So, all right. Some of these things came from that shop. Some of them came from thrifting. Both my daughters wanted to go thrifting last week. One was off work on Thursday, and the other was off work on Friday. So I went both days with both of them individually. We went to a lot of the same shops the second day, but nope, hold on. It's just because I'm in here. Just because I'm in here. But you know, even like the thrift stores we went to, everyone I went to had something different. And I think I bought a little something at each shop I went to, even the second day. So, you know, I didn't feel like it was a waste of time. All right, so I got these little dishes. I don't know what I'm going to do with these little dishes except maybe hold jewelry or something. They don't really match anything I have, but they were cute and I liked them, and they were next to nothing. And they're old, like, I think it's ironstone. I got, these are popular again, y'all. You know what this is, a Longaberger basket. And it has the insert and everything in it. And so this is probably going to be a sewing baskets. I was pretty happy with that. And the lid's heavy enough, I don't think the cats can get into it, which I like. I also got this hat box. Super cute. I know I'll use it for Christmas decorations. Other than that, I might use it, I might not. I got this tin, and it was made to look like cross stitch. Can y'all see it? If you go to the antique shops, you've seen these before. They're textured, so it's supposed to look like, well, or needlepoint or cross stitch. Just old tin. I got this clock. I know you all have seen, well, Contented Needleworker Kim and plenty of other people have put stitching in the clock, and that's what we use this for. Take the clock out, put stitching in. Then, I mean, the hoarder store, I'll call it, they had a lot of stuff in there. He had a lot of craft stuff. I couldn't reach everything. And I had to go to the bathroom so bad. I take a fluid pill in the morning, and I shouldn't have taken one before going there and I was not going to go in his bathroom or asked to use his bathroom. So we kind of cut our search short. But there's a lot of craft things, and in one of the craft boxes were these, and they're little paint stirrers. Like, they're, I don't know, maybe 8 inches, something like that. And I thought that was cool, because I use paint stirrers all the time, you know. Then I got this little easel, and I just bought another easel that matches this exactly, that I've been using. It works really good to hold a flat finish. Really good for that. I'm watching another lady that she sells antiques in an antique mall, and I think she used to have a shop maybe, but she's called the Old So-and-So, and she's got a ton of stuff in her house. I mean, a ton of stuff in her house. But the way she kind of throws things together, I like it. And she uses a lot of boxes and advertising pieces, which I collect advertising pieces. Up on this hutch over here, I have old tins that I collect. Well, I saw this box and I just thought it was neat, and it would be cute for in a display. And it held a bartender something or another. And then I also got this box just because it has a local address, and I can't tell the date of the cancellation, but it was mailed to general delivery. And this was inside, it was barber tools. I just thought that was kind of cool. No zip code or anything, so you know it was been a long time. Then I got this big basket. Now the man this came from the hoarder place, and he said this came from the Low Country, that the Geechee made this basket. This doesn't look like the baskets I've seen them make, so I'm not sure I believe that. I just love the look of it. He told me that after I said I wanted to buy it. I didn't buy it because of that. Okay. Then I did find some fabric. This is old fabric. old Zweigart fabric. Just cream linen. It's Shannon linen. I'm not sure what in the color cream. I'm not sure what count Shannon is, but I think that means what count it is. I couldn't see it anywhere else. I haven't counted it yet. Yeah. Then also in the hoarder place with all the craft things, they had all of these trims. Got them for next to nothing. I picked up this box and I really liked it. It's a really well-made box. It's really smooth. It's got a good finish on it. And I opened it up, and I think this thing means it was a humidor. I will use it to put stitching in, or there's like a little stand, one of those little, I found this inside something I got. It says Gold Bond. It's one of those little stamps. Cute. And I may use that in a future project. Y'all, I think I'm ready to go down the junk journaling hole. I have so many I have so many scrapbooking things, and I feel like I like the way they look, and I was always like, what do you do with them? You know, what do you do with them? But then I thought, I'm going to make them, and I'm going to put like poetry in it, or quotes, or scripture, or devotions. It may be a combination of all of them, and maybe make them for gifts. So that's what I'm thinking about. So when I was making a pile, I came across this, and it's Happy Christmas, but look, it's got clovers on it. It's so unusual to have clovers on a Christmas thing. But it was a card. It's come apart. It's got a little Christmas wish in there. Like I said, the cards come apart, but I could use that in junk journaling. So I think I'm gonna try it. I did get some other things that will go along with that. These books are from the 50s. And I'm pretty sure I recognize the tag on here, like this lady got them at the thrift store, because it has a date. But this one says Christmas Ideals, and it's full of, some are color pictures, some are just black and white. There's some and I thought, man, they're not in great shape. So I don't have any, and I don't have any sentimental attachment to these. So I'm gonna rip them up and put the stuff in the junk journal. This one says Summer Ideals. And has some songs in there in the good old summertime. I remember singing that in chorus class in 7th grade. Different, all kinds of different art and poems. I mean, the sand timer. My niece, she's only 2 months younger than me, but she always associated that with the Wizard of Oz, and she called it a Dorothy die. She never called it an egg timer or sand timer or whatever else you might call it. It was a Dorothy die. Like, look at that pretty picture. So, and a lot of these poems, there's some good ones in here, and thought that was really pretty. That, because you know I like old stuff. And then this is old-fashioned ideals. Let me see if I can find something to show you here. Oh, there's one. That's cool. There's one with the Statue of Liberty. Oh, cat. Mariner, I like that. I like that picture. But you just kind of tear these up and you use them in different ways. So like I said, I have tons of paper. I watched some YouTube videos on how to bind them, which is one thing I didn't know how to do. Some of these might be kind of big, but I can cut them down. So I'm gonna work on collecting a few things there. I want to go to the thrift store and get some devotion books that might have some small little devotions that would fit on a, maybe 5x7 page in a book. So I think that is it. Like I said, I'm going to the Stitching Kitten retreat at the lake this weekend, and so I'll be looking forward to seeing my friends there. I hope they don't get sick so I can see them. And that's about all I have planned. Yeah. So I guess, I forgot to draw a winner from last video's giveaway. And, oh man, the word was garden. So I will use this video too. If you just use the word garden, if you watch my last video, you'll see what the chart is that I'm giving away. And it's the one that has the ladybug and the bee and the dragonfly and butterfly, I guess it was. It has that on it. From the week before that, the winter chart, no one has claimed it. I have put a message on your comment on my last video. Actually, the video before, telling you to just watch my video because winter was announced. It was announced last video. Can't get it out. I can't remember her name. Something Lynn. But go back and watch that video. If you have Lynn in the name of your YouTube handle, something Lynn, I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm unprepared because I thought I was going to be rained out here with my light today. So anyway, I'm going to leave on that cryptic note. And if you're didn't comment last time, or watch my last video, and at least see what my giveaway is. See if you want to be in it. You can comment on that video or this video with the word garden, and we'll include it. And if I don't hear from Miss Lynn by the next video, I'll draw again. I'll draw again for that. So if you want to go back 2 videos and comment the word winter, it's possible your name could be drawn because I'm going to go back to that video to draw. Okay. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time.